So welcome to Wall. In case you're wondering what that noise is, this is a bath pond. Although that's not what I'm here to see. I'm here to see the Wall Roman site. So it says it's the site of a small Roman town originally covering 20 to 30 acres. Oh wow, that's much bigger than I expected it to be. Okay, a lovely church at the top, I assume, not related to the Roman town. Wall Roman town. So Wall, Letocetum, was a small Roman town on Watling Street, the principal road from London to the West Midlands. In an area already fairly well populated by native British, around 50 AD, the Roman 14th Legion established a fortress on the hill beyond the present church around 50 AD. This was later replaced by a succession of smaller forts which were themselves abandoned by AD 130. Meanwhile, during the last part of the 1st century AD, the small town of Letocetum had grown up along the road below the fort, so the village is over that way. This reconstruction drawing shows the town as it might have looked towards the end of the 2nd century AD. In the foreground is the bathhouse with piles of firewood. Where's that? Oh, there we go. With piles of firewood to fuel the heating system. Beyond the bathhouse is a building with a central courtyard thought to be a hostel, mansio, which accommodated travelling officials and visitors. I'm not quite sure the orientation. Let's have a look at some of the other signs. So this says the heated rooms. So in this cutaway drawing, it's kind of a bit faded, you can see the tepidarium, a warm room, and beyond it the caladium, a hot room like a Turkish bath. So I did think that was the baths at the end, the lower bit. So it's sunken a bit over there. And if you come round, I'm not sure what that is. Let's see what this says, the changing room. Frigidarium. It's probably a changing room for part of its life, as well as forming the start and finish of the bathing sequence. So again, it looks like it's a sunken area. Now there were... I'm going to have to go around the glass. Just trying to work out what... It's very awkward. I'm trying not to walk on the walls because obviously I don't want us to damage them. But they looked like there were kind of fires down here, didn't there? Or is that a raised floor? I don't know. It definitely looks like a fireplace over there. The exercise hall. The baths were a focus of social life in a Roman town, a place for exercise, relaxation and meeting friends. It says it's likely to have been a covered hall here. I assume there's a corridor around the edge. What I find interesting is, although this bit is exposed, it kind of finishes with the hedge around it. But I'm wondering if it keeps going, because where that wall goes, that carries on. So whatever's on the other side, I think there's more of it. You can tell there, look. So this is the mansio. The massive stone foundation suggests that the mansio was a 2-storey building. It's probably constructed with a timber frame which would have rested on top of the stone foundations, the walls possibly plastered. The building has an official function to provide lodging and fresh horses for officials travelling on government business, together with accommodation for important visitors. A small provincial town like Letocetum would also have needed a centre for administration of local government business, and some of the rooms in this building might have accommodated the function. So that's the bathroom area, or the baths I should say. And then right beside it, the mansio. I think to appreciate this you need to see it from the air. This is supposed to be an illustration of how shows the street as it might have looked towards the end of the 2nd century. I don't think the person who drew that has been here, because it's not to scale at all. So it says public baths were on your right, surrounded by a covered walkway, portico. So that's that bit. And then the baths to the right there, with columns. The Costel Mansio was on the left. Between these two areas was an open area crossed by a street. It may have functioned rather like a public square. Traders' booths and store holes are shown lining the street. Some remains of cobbled surface of the street are still exposed outside the entrance to the bathhouse. First of all, that building doesn't look anything like the drawing on the other place. It's 3-storey, not 2-storey. Didn't say anything about the bathhouse being 2-storey. It said the mansion was 2-storey, or the mansio was 2-storey. Sorry to be critical. So this is just an overall view. So this is the mansio again. So here it's got 2 stories, as it said in the first notice. Interestingly though, the bathhouse, so that's the bathhouse, where you can see the steam coming out of it, and then there must be some sort of an ancillary room. So in terms of reality, so that's the mansio there right in front of me, and the second 2-storey building is there, and then the bathhouse, the 1-storey, is the bottom bit. So the courtyard. So this is in the middle of the mansio. I'm not quite sure how that relates to this bit though. Obviously this is the foundation, so I'm assuming everything was above this, so this might have been a raised floor. If I look at that drawing again. So unless this bit here is where the soil is today, and then that circular bit is the level of the entrance.